All Marvel fans are familiar with Captain America, the World War II superhero who was just an ordinary man until he undergoes an experimental procedure while joining the army, in which he's given a serum that provides him with superhuman levels of strength. And many will remember his love interest, Peggy Carter, who has appeared with him through several Marvel Universe projects. But what if Peggy Carter was the one who underwent the experiment to gain superpowers? Keep watching to find out how Marvel Studios is flipping the script in their new series. First, what the new series is all about. Disney Plus's amazing new Marvel series What If has been making waves on the internet for a while now. The series is an animated compilation that presents famous moments from various Marvel films in brand new and surprising ways. This new series is a must-watch for anyone who is a fan of alternate endings and twists on the classic Marvel comics. The show is actually Marvel's first animated series, and while it features different heroes as a focus from the main Marvel universe that we all know and love, some of the same actors came back to voice their animated characters, so you might hear some familiar voices. Each episode of the series will focus on a different Marvel story, and you can probably guess what hero or heroine episode 1 focused on: Peggy Carter from Captain America. Next, here's what you need to know about Captain Carter. Episode 1 of Marvel What If invites viewers to imagine a world where Peggy Carter gets injected with the experimental super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers. That gives us Captain Carter. The character of Captain Carter isn't simply a female version of Captain America. Marvel really developed Peggy Carter with her own distinct hero story and with her own motives and obstacles. For example, when Peggy is injected with the super soldier serum during the Army's experiment, Colonel Flynn refuses to let Peggy fight even though the experiment was an apparent success. What was his reason for holding her back? Only because she was a woman, a plotline many viewers can relate to. Peggy is given the chance to spread her wings as Captain Carter when Howard Stark comes to her aid and makes her a costume and a shield. Peggy then launches into various situations on her mission to defeat Hydra forces along with the help of Steve Rogers. However, although Peggy is successful in her mission, you'll be surprised by the ending of this one. It's not a happy ending for everyone, that's for sure. Then, the interesting narrative choice. The What If series is narrated by a member of the alien race, the Watchers, an all-powerful species who observe the universe the comics are set in to learn about humanity. The Watcher is voiced by actor Jeffrey Wright. While this Watcher is inspired by Uatu, it's meant to be a neutral character that represents all Watchers, rather than one specific being. Jeffrey Wright revealed that he actually made an interesting creative choice when it came to the character, finding that inexplicably narrators are given British accents even when they're not specifically scripted to be from the UK. In the case for the Watcher, who's a wise extraterrestrial being, Jeffrey decided to buck the norm and give his character an American accent. And how the cast coped with filming during COVID. Television production has certainly taken an interesting turn with the coronavirus pandemic, which first caused production to completely shut down and then forced cast and crew to make some interesting decisions in order to create the Marvel wonders we all love to watch. But would you expect that something from the Disney Plus Marvel Studios series is being filmed in a closet? That's exactly what some of the actors resorted to during the lockdown, as it was so difficult to get cast and crew together in a typical recording studio in order to record their parts. Jeffrey Wright said that he recorded parts of his narration in his closet in Brooklyn while wearing his pajamas, a first for the esteemed actor known for his role in Basquiat. The recording was then sent to the production team, who also did parts of their work from their respective homes, piecing together a masterpiece. Will Marvel continue to allow actors to work from home? It's likely something we'll see more of as COVID vaccine regulations develop in different areas of the world and the virus evolves. Either way, it sounds like they know the show must go on. Next up, Captain Carter's new Marvel comic book. The Captain Carter episode of What If was such a runaway success with viewers around the world that Marvel decided to come through and actually give us a new Captain Carter comic book series. The comic series will have only 5 issues, and it will be issued in March of 2022. The plotline is rumored to be a little different than what we saw on the Disney Plus show, with Captain Carter's story more closely following that of Steve Rogers in Captain America. We can expect to see the heroine frozen in a block of ice at the end of World War II, only to be brought back in present-day times nearly 80 years later, where hijinks will, I'm sure, ensue. Peggy Carter will have to adjust to her surroundings as well as step up to be a hero in this new and unusual environment. This is a truly exciting installment for fans, especially for those who want to explore this alternate reality further. Captain Carter is written by an artist named Jamie McClevey, who also worked on Captain Marvel and Young Avengers, and the art for the series will be done by Mika Cresta. We can only really hope that this comic series is further adapted for the screen, so we'll get to see even more of Peggy Carter in this new and dynamic role, maybe with her own show on Disney+. Who knows? Then, what are the other stories in the What If series? Once you've seen Captain Carter, you're sure to want to explore the other alternative versions of the Marvel classics you love. There are 8 other stories on the Disney+ series to take in. What if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? What if Thor were an only child? The alternate plots Marvel has come up with for these classics are wild to say the least. One episode that is a fan favorite around the world is simply What If Zombies? This episode takes place within the quantum realm, where Janet Van Dyne infects Hank Pym with a quantum virus. When the two go back to Earth, the virus sparks a full-on zombie apocalypse. A few weeks after the initial carnage, we see a group of survivors, including Hope Van Dyne, played by Evangeline Lilly, and Sharon Carter, played by Emily Van Camp, making their way to Camp Lane, where it is rumored there's a cure for the virus. They run into numerous obstacles on the way, and we see classic Marvel fight sequences, meet Vision and the Hulk, and come to an unexpected conclusion that you'll just have to watch to understand. Marvel's What If series is expected to produce another 9-episode season as early as 2022, so get ready to see more twists and turns in the multiverse. And finally, what story ideas did Marvel pass on for the series? The writers on the What If series had some very creative ideas for where to take the characters, and while some of them made it to the final cut, others were deemed just too weird. The episodes each have different tones, with some being more comedic and some taking on a darker and more somber tone. Marvel was aiming for a PG-13 rating for this series that is available on the Disney Plus platform, which includes a younger audience, so things that were a little too graphically violent or disturbing eventually got passed on. One such proposal was an episode where Spider-Man turns into an actual spider. The series had to get permission from Sony in order to use the character of Spider-Man, and although they were able to obtain this, it was decided that the body morphing scenes were just too disturbing for the desired PG-13 rating. Another potential episode that got passed on would likely be a fan crossover favorite. Writers wanted to feature Star Wars characters like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader within the Marvel multiverse, along with Marvel superheroes. It sounds absolutely epic, but ultimately it was rejected for being just too out of bounds of the realm the show exists in. A total of 30 episodes were written for the What If series, and this was eventually edited down to 10. However, due to the coronavirus pandemic, the production ran into so many delays that they ended up cutting the season down to just 9 episodes that we now have available today. Will Marvel ever release the other episode ideas? We hope so. The writers and producers on the series are hoping that the What If series will lead viewers to then go back and watch the original films that the episodes are based on. While the episodes seem to be separate stories, they do have an overarching connection between them, and interestingly, the writers decided one of the connections between the seasons will be Captain Carter, who we can expect to see in Season 2. She will reportedly be a key figure alongside the Watcher, who ties the series together. So that's everything we know about Disney Plus's Captain Carter series. What do you think about Captain Carter versus Captain America? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.